Coffee. It's the most consumed beverage in the world after water. But what exactly does caffeine do to our body, and especially to our brain? Today, let's dive into the science behind this little daily ritual. It all starts with a small molecule called adenosine. When our neurons, the cells of our brain, use energy in the form of ATP, which you can think of as the fuel of our cells, they produce adenosine. Over the course of the day, this adenosine leaves the cells, builds up around neurons, and attaches to specific receptors, the A1 and A2A receptors. When these receptors are activated, they send a clear message to the brain. Slow down, you're tired, it's time to sleep. And this is where caffeine steps in. Its molecule looks so much like adenosine that it can slip into those receptors, but without triggering the signal. This is called a competitive antagonist, a decoy that blocks the spot. The result? The brain no longer gets the fatigue signal. It's like when the low fuel light comes on in your car, and you just stick a Post-it over it. The tank keeps emptying, but you don't see the warning. The direct consequence is that a whole set of messengers in the brain are suddenly released. For example, dopamine, the messenger of pleasure and motivation, flows more freely. Result? A better mood, more motivation. Caffeine also stimulates adrenaline and noradrenaline, the alert hormones of the nervous system, which slightly raise heart rate and boost alertness. And that's not all. Glutamate and acetylcholine, which normally enhance attention and memory, are freed from adenosine's inhibition. Result, you're more focused. In short, caffeine doesn't give you energy. It simply removes the brakes that adenosine had put in place. But its effects aren't limited to the brain. In the body, caffeine acts too. On the heart, it can speed it up slightly and raise blood pressure a bit, especially in people who are sensitive or who metabolize caffeine slowly, a largely genetic factor. In the muscles, it improves calcium release inside muscle fibers, making contractions more effective. Caffeine enhances muscle performance and reactivity. On the lungs, it slightly dilates the bronchi, helping airflow. And in sports, it's a proven ally. At specific doses, around 3 to 6 milligrams per kilo of body weight, it boosts endurance and reduces the perception of effort. Over the long term, studies show several benefits. A lower risk of type 2 diabetes, thanks to improved insulin sensitivity. Coffee may also reduce the risk of Parkinson's disease through its effects on dopamine and the risk of Alzheimer's, thanks to its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. These protective effects largely come from its richness in antioxidants and polyphenols. In fact, coffee is one of the main sources of antioxidants in the Western diet. This helps reduce oxidative stress and low-grade chronic inflammation. It's also one reason why coffee seems to protect the liver, with less cirrhosis and less fatty liver disease. But if caffeine has many benefits, it also comes with downsides. The first one is sleep, because it stays in the body for a long time. Its half-life is about 5 to 7 hours. If you drink a coffee at 5 p.m., you still have the equivalent of half a coffee in your blood at 11 p.m. The result? Lighter sleep, delayed sleep onset, and above all, less deep sleep. The one that really restores you. And here comes the vicious circle. You sleep poorly, you're tired the next day, so you drink more coffee. By boosting noradrenaline and glutamate, caffeine also activates the hypothalamus, a dense cluster of neurons in the center of the brain. The hypothalamus then increases the production of cortisol, the stress hormone, which normally helps us stay awake and alert. That's useful occasionally, but in excess, or when consumed too late in the day, this cortisol can disrupt sleep and contribute to chronic fatigue. And that's not all. Our brain quickly adapts to caffeine. By blocking adenosine receptors every day, we push the body to produce more of them. This is what we call tolerance. After about 10 days of daily use, coffee stimulates much less. We then tend to increase the doses, and that's when a mild dependence appears. With sudden withdrawal, the symptoms are well known: headaches, fatigue, irritability, trouble concentrating. They can appear within 24 hours, peak at 2 to 3 days, and usually fade within a week. Fortunately, there are simple strategies to enjoy the benefits of coffee without falling into the trap of tolerance. Limit consumption to 1 or 2 cups per day, avoid drinking it after 3 p.m., or take regular breaks of 2 to 3 weeks to resensitize your receptors. Some people also alternate coffee days with caffeine-free days, saving it for particularly demanding work or training sessions. One thing is certain, replacing coffee with tea doesn't really change the equation because the molecule is the same. It's always caffeine. And be careful with highly dosed pre-workout supplements, which can accelerate desensitization. So, coffee. Friend or foe? Coffee is an amazing amplifier of wakefulness. But to keep its benefits over the long term, it needs to be used wisely. And remember one essential thing. Coffee doesn't create energy. It masks fatigue by blocking the natural signals your brain uses to protect you. The real fuel for the brain will always be sleep. Subscribe for more health and physiology videos.